Germany might be the biggest loser in the world. They lost not one, but 2 world wars. But what would happen if they finally had enough and tried to take over the world once again? With Germany deciding to take over the world today, they would first call all true Germans to answer their call and join the military. They would even allow citizens from Austria and even Switzerland to join, which would allow them to create an army of nearly 250,000 soldiers. With this new strength, they would demand that Austria joins them. Their government would reject this offer, but since many Austrians would be German supporters, the country would go into a civil war. After a long series of fights, the rebels would be able to take over Austria and would immediately unite with Germany. They would prepare to invade both Slovakia and the Czech Republic. But since they wouldn't want many casualties, Germans would force the Hungarians to align with them. Hungary would have no other choice than to submit and become their ally. However, this wouldn't be that bad for them, as Germans would promise them parts of Slovakia in exchange for their help. With everyone knowing what's coming next, the battle would start. It would be pretty one-sided, as Germans would tear through, and with Hungarians helping, both countries would fall in a matter of days. Poland wouldn't like seeing this, and would start recruit more people in their already large army. This would show Germany that they cannot invade them, making them look elsewhere. Germans would look at the Balkans, using Hungary as their puppet state to expand more. They would first attack Slovenia, who has a really small army, and would be demolished pretty quickly. Croatia would be the next target, but since many of them would be German supporters, they would surrender to them. Croatians would offer help in exchange for territories, which Germans would accept. However, in order to show their loyalty, they would be forced to attack Bosnia. Even though Bosnians would fight hard, they would be no match for the Croatians, who would swiftly defeat them. Both Serbia and Montenegro wouldn't like this rapid rise of Croatia and would unite, trying to stop them. Serbs would be able to push into their territory, but with Bulgaria would use this situation and submit to the Germans, attacking Serbia from behind. With even Hungary joining, Serbia would be absolutely demolished and split between those countries. Bulgaria would use this situation to attack North Macedonia, who they would easily take over and add to their territory. Romania would be in a huge problem since they would be surrounded by their enemies. With the Germans influencing their politics, tensions would be too high, resulting in a civil war starting. However, Hungary and Bulgaria would come in to help the rebels, as they would crush the rest of Romania, leading to the victory for the German supporters. Even though they would lose a huge chunk of their territory, they would now be a German puppet state and would be safe. Germans would think about attacking Poland now, but since their army would still be pretty large, they would wait until their allies were ready. Meanwhile, they would look at the Scandinavia and would attack Denmark first. Their army would be small compared to the Germans. They would have no chance, and would be added to German territory pretty soon. France would finally have enough, and would demand that Germans stop this right now, or else they will attack. With the French sending their army to the border to intimidate them, Germans would play it smart, promising that they won't attack nobody, and making the French army fall back. However, this would just be a trick, as only few days later, they would attack Poland. Polish army would be able to hold on for some time, but with many German puppet states sending their army to help, they would be pushed back. Poland would call the French to attack them now, but since they would be scared, they would reject this, leading to Poland getting pushed back even more. With nobody coming to help them, Polish army wouldn't be able to hold on, and would eventually be defeated. Germans would start celebrating, thinking nobody can beat them, but this would only be the beginning. France and UK would meet in secret, preparing to attack them the next chance they get. Meanwhile, Germans would offer Sweden the whole Scandinavia for their help. However, they would refuse this, which would make Germany furious, who would make the same offer to Norway, who would actually accept and become a German ally. They would know that France would be their biggest threat and would come forward to the Italians, promising them half of France in exchange for their help. With them accepting, Germany would call all of their puppet states, preparing to attack the French. Since they wouldn't want the Benelux countries interfering, Germans would attack them first. With the French help being late, Dutch forces wouldn't be able to hold on, and would fall first. The French and Belgian troops would be able to slow down the German advances, but would get overpowered after some time, leading to the entire Benelux falling into German hands. UK would finally get ready, sending as much help as they can to France. Germans would try to break their defense, but wouldn't be able to do that, which would cause them to demand that Italy sends them their soldiers. With them rejecting, Germany would be furious and would kick Italy out of their faction. UK would use this situation and sign a secret deal with Italy, convincing them to switch sides. Meanwhile, Greece would also join the Allies, preparing to attack their Balkan enemies. Albania would be persuaded by Germans to join them, but that would be a huge mistake, since Greece would immediately attack them, crushing them fast. With UK and Italy sending their soldiers there, Greece would furiously attack Bulgaria, pushing them way back. They would fight so hard that Bulgaria would fall even before their allies can come to help. This would motivate many rebels in that territory, as the rest of Serbian and Romanian forces would join them. With the new army fighting together, they would all swarm the Romania, freeing the country very fast. Germans would be furious, especially since UK and French forces would make a counterattack, freeing the entire Benelux in a matter of days. Up in Scandinavia, both Sweden and Finland would join the Allies, attacking the Norway, who would stand no chance, and would fall pretty soon too. With the Balkan army advancing into both Croatia and Hungary, Germans would have to call their troops from Poland to help, but that would be a huge mistake. Polish soldiers would instantly make an uprising, freeing many parts of their country. Before Germans can do anything, Polish army would grow so much, as they would free their own country and join the Allies. After some huge battles in the Balkans, Croatia would now fall, and after some time, even Hungary would, destroying every single German ally. With Italy officially joining the war, it would look like everything would be over. However, Germans would have their final ace in the sleeve, as they would threaten everyone with nuclear weapons. This would really scare every country, except for Poland, who would know they are bluffing. The Polish would attack them, and with everyone seeing that nothing has happened, they would attack too. Germans would be attacked from so many sides that they wouldn't be able to do anything, leading to them being absolutely demolished. Everything country would soon return to normal, but the world would remember this, heavily reducing the territories of the Germans and reaching world peace once and for all. Or are they?